Hello, this is Susie Kwan, and this is my What I Have Learned in Railroads Online series. Um, excuse me for the congestion in my voice. I'm still trying to get over this. I don't know. It might be COPD or something. I don't know. But anyhow, what I wanted to do today was kind of give a tour of the railroad that I've built by maneuvering these cars here to their local destinations, or the resource destinations, and give you an idea of what happens when we deliver the different resources. So let's get started here. Get into the locomotive. Looks like we're okay on fire. And away we go. Okay, so I'm not real sure if I really need that track straight ahead. Um, I I can do the same thing that I'm doing with it by going up this way. So I think I'm going to take these tracks out of here. Kind of take some load off of the game. Also, if you notice the number on the side of the Climax, it's number 3, so I bought another Climax. So I got 2 now. I am not even sure if the other Climax is down by the sawmill, but I think maybe it is. Wow, the sound's kind of loud in my ears. I gotta turn it down a little bit. There we go. That's a little better. So we got 12 loaded cars here. And in reality, I'm not in real life, but in reality, as far as the game goes, oh, I gotta stop this. The Climax can actually pull 12 loaded cars up a 4% grade pretty much. It's a little on the touchy side, but you can do it. But see, in this situation, I'm going to be either um, taking loaded cars from the, oops, sorry about that. Taking loaded cars from the log mill or log camp and taking them to the sawmill, which is a fairly level route. The other thing is taking the cordwood cars to the smelter because you need those there. It's kind of a downhill situation into there. But when you get to the, let's see, I need to change that switch. I'm too busy talking, not watching what I'm doing. Anyhow, when it gets to transferring lumber and beams up to the iron mine, Oh, it looks like it is turned the right way. You usually have a set of uh, ore cars, hoppers, attached at either front or back. And they go up empty, so it's not a big struggle. Excuse me. But for me doing this by myself, it's a little bit of work, so um, it's it's no big deal. It just takes me a little more time than it would if I had a brakeman. I mean, I'm not in a hurry. I'm not going anywhere. Okay, it looks like we're going to have to stop up ahead here. And it slows down on that little hump right there. You can see it if you get the right camera shot there. See, it's got a little bit of a hump right there. So we'll just stop it right here. Get out and maneuver the switch. Up, wrong way. Duh. And I've used this little yard here for exchanging cars and breaking trains up, into sets of cars so I don't have so many to move. It just adds a little fun to the switching operations. Okay. Like I said, I'm in no hurry and I'm not going anywhere and I'm not gonna do this real fast. I gotta get rid of that tree right there so I can see up here. Not so high up. I apologize. Can't keep my throat clear. Makes it hard to talk. Let's see how this works. Okay, now this rolling pad, or whatever you want to call it, can only take 5 cars at a time, so let's see if I can get this. A little better aligned. It looks pretty good. Okay, so get out here. Again, I went the wrong way. And like I said before, this is done by highlighting the freight and then hitting the unload button. And you can watch it count up to by hitting the P key. P is in Paul. And when you look at the upper left-hand corner, it tells you what key to use. Mine is the number pad slash key, forward slash key. So the upper left-hand corner gives you ideas on, or suggestions on what you should be pressing for keyboard operations. And then it also gives you what is loaded on the cars. If I can get it back on there again. And there's six log items, 6,000 kilograms at 13,227 pounds. And to unload it, use number/key, number pad /key. That toggles the unload. So we're here to learn, so that's why I'm trying to give you the information you need. Now this, I don't have, oh, I have to go back and do this last car. I forgot about that. Okay, so I'll move that one up. Okay, we'll unload these 6. And I got other cars over there waiting. Now the thing to do would be to load those up. The ones off in the background there. Load those up and take them, leave these ones here, these log cars here, and attach those 6 cars to the front of this, back of this, engine. Take those cordwood cars over to the smelter and drop those off, and then pick up the hopper cars and take the the lumber and the beams up to this iron mine. So that's what we're going to do here. And everything goes smoothly. So I got to go back up here, or actually I got to go forward with the train. I'm going to park these cars into that storage yard. I'll get rid of those trees. Which ones are they? Must be these ones here. That tool's a little buggy, I think, but it does the job. Oh, I gotta go down here and change the switch too. So, and let's just put them in that slot. So this is showing you how a single player would run this. I mean, I'm sure there's other ways to do it, but this is the way I do it, so. I have to get some wood in that fire. And some of the trick to running these trains back and forth by yourself and so on and so forth, well, that may apply to when you got other people helping you too, but you gotta learn how to use the brake control to control your downhill speed around tight curves and so on and so forth. Okay, let's get out on a couple of those. Whoops, forgot I already said it. Physics in this game are really good. I got them set at medium. They're probably even better when you go into the realistic. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to move over to the other side of the pond once I get this taken care of here. And there we go. You get some firewood in there. And we'll head over. I gotta turn, let's see, I gotta flip that switch ahead so I go to the proper direction. Excuse me. I didn't think there was an engine over there. I think I left the engine at the smelter. This kind of worked out right because I got the cordwood cars on the front end where that would work well for unloading them. And we won't be unloading these lumber cars until we get up to the iron mine. Okay, you can stop rolling any minute now. Oh, something went wrong there. If you don't hear that swishing noise when you connect the cars together, couple them together, you're more likely got a problem. Yeah, there's no pin in that one. Or yeah, there's a pin in it. There's no link. Okay, so let's fix that. See the pin's there. Left click, okay, right click for the link. left click for the link, right click for the pin. Okay, now let's do this again. Okay, the idea is with this coupler or this coupler pocket, you need to have in one or the other a link and a pin. And the opposite coupler pocket needs to be empty altogether. So now we should hear the swoosh. There you go. Okay, so I need half and half, I believe it was. And there's no way you can set this up, or I haven't gotten to it anyhow, where you can set it up where you can do all four cars at the same time. It's like impossible. I suppose it's maybe not impossible, but I haven't been able to do it. See, it looks like those cars are lined up, but let's go look at them just for the fun of it so you see what I'm talking about. These two are lined up. But see, this one's sitting out almost on the end. We probably could get away with it, but we'll try it. Get things going a little faster. See if it drops in there. Yep. Okay, now this is 2-to-1, so for every one beam that I load, I have to load 2 lumber. Oh, I'm going to have to, yeah, I still got these 2 to do. But yeah, there's 2 slots left. Now I can hop into the train. Again, excuse me. Now, if I get this lined up right, I should be able to get one of those cranes back there to do the lumber. That might be a little too far. See, I'll come out. This one will load that. That won't load that, and that won't load that because it's too far back. So we're going to push it backwards. This won't take long. See, we just need to go backwards. I think that should do it. That's close enough. So once you highlight this, and the crane moves back into the stationary position. It's usually two, like 1, 2, and then you can click it. Otherwise, it'll just sit there and do nothing. So, or you can just sit there and click it until it actually does something. I'd show you how it works, but when I did it before, and when I did it, tried to show people that it was 1, 2. It didn't, the timing was off because of the delay in the recording and so on and so forth. So it seems to work anyhow for me. Okay, so we're going to take these down to the smelter, and I think I need to back up yet. Because that car's sitting on that switch. I'm hitting the wrong keys. I have a number keypad. It's a separate number keypad from my keyboard. My keyboard's a mechanical gaming keyboard, so it doesn't have the number pad on it. Okay, so here we go. I go forward. By reducing your reverser to about 50%, it uses less fuel, or I should say steam. I don't know, it might control the fuel, but I think it's steam that it actually controls. So this track right here goes to like the main track leading to the freight house, but it'll also lead to a track that'll eventually transverse over to the refineries and whatever else is over there. Coal mine? No, not coal mine. Coal mine's up ahead, and you'll see that too. I'd take you up that. That's pretty long. I don't have anything to take up there. I could take these beams up there, because I think it takes beams and rails. And that's another thing. If you got beams coming from the sawmill, you can load on another rack of these, load these all up with beams, and then have another set of those same cars, which takes the rails and just load them up on rails and take them up to the coal mine. You'll have coal availability, coal. And then you got to buy another set of hopper cars. So, especially if you're working with more than one person. Now this is going to go downhill. I'll turn off the regulator, and we're going to go downhill. And this is where you use the brake. I set it about in the teens to start off with. But it'll get getting a little bit higher here, going down, and speed. Now this is more or less what all my old routes did before splines came along, and it was really crappy. I mean, yeah, make you smile just looking at it because it's so ridiculous. I mean, there are ways to make things look right, so I better give a little bit more here just to keep it from getting too active. I mean, you could build decent track in that original style of the game, but these splines are so much easier to work with. Less chances of irregular curves, where they're real tight at first, less than 30 meters, and then they go into big wide turns at 100 or so, and the two mix together and you get this S turn or something that works the cars over. Okay, so I gotta watch for braking here, because even though I have the brakes operating, yeah, there's the other climax. It's probably gonna run right into it. Yep. Oh, that's alright. It'll stop us. There we go. Push it backward. That's it. Okay, anyhow. Let's get this on the road here. Now, if I had somebody else with me, I could just pass these 6 cars in the rear to this engine. They can take it up the hill. So instead, I'm going to unload these, because this is where they get unloaded. This is one of the places that it gets unloaded. And I think I'm going to save one of them so I can replenish the fuel up at the top of the hill where the iron mine is, because I got a not a logging station. Okay, fueling station up at the iron mine. So I'll just save the one right at the end. But you have to break this train up to do this, so I'll just do the first 3 cars, then do the last 3 or last 2. Okay, I think we're ready to go. And what I do for this throttling like this is to move the train back at speed and then cut it off about half the distance and just coast in. Oop. Oh, passed it up. It's going to hit the bumper. Let's see if yeah, that last car's never going to make it. Usually the shadow of that one tree is right on the end of the last car that you want to unload. Okay, let's see how it come out. That one looks okay. And this one's alright too. Yep, I can get that pointer to point on there. These don't bounce like the lumber and the beams do. So, then I gotta back it up. See, that's reverse. That's what we want. And the reason why I do that with the throttle and stuff is because it's a lot easier on when you're braking to not have the throttle on. Okay, so we're going to push these into the yard and stay away from the locomotive there. Excuse me. And the way I'll do this is I'll push these cars as hard as I can without hitting above 90%, and roll them into the siding. I can't remember what it's called right offhand. Yeah, I did that just a little bit too late. Hope they go back in there. It doesn't matter, I'm going to push them back anyhow. See what I mean about braking? I had that throttle on and it took us too far away. Oops. All the way. Okay, so we're going to only do the last two. And then that other one will be attached to this train here. Hopefully I can carry all that up the hill. Because that's 13 cars instead of... But the hoppers are empty, so... And I'll need to move that other locomotive out of the way to do this. The name for what I did pushing that car and releasing it, I can't remember what it is offhand. It's, you know, being an old lady, you don't get that. You lose your memory after a while, little by little. So, anyhow. I said older lady instead of old lady. I get told about that by my husband all the time. Okay. So here we go. Look at it, it's eating that stuff right up. Because I had that pile of coal over, or iron ore over there. And if you add something to it, like if the correct resources are there, the plant that you're working with will just go ahead and make the stuff. So if we go out to the other side now, you'll see a lot of rails and raw iron over here. Let's see what this is. Yeah, 46 of 100. That didn't make that all just now. I had made some before. So that one's almost full. And those rails will go up to the iron mine, or the coal mine, I'm sorry. The raw iron goes to the iron works. Okay, so let's get this going. Now this is going to be a little bit of a trick, but I'm going to try and get it done. I got to get that other locomotive. I should have checked it to see if it was fired up, because otherwise it's going to take a bit to get it going. We'll just check it now. Because when I get those cars down in there, I'll have to hook them, couple them together, and I'm not going to move this engine just yet until after I get the cars placed in there. So we'll uncouple it. And we'll check, yeah, it's out of fuel, I knew it. It's been sitting there a few sessions. So I'll put another one in. Yep. This one will take 6, maybe 7. I think it's 7. Okay, so this needs to be flipped. And I'm not going to push these in loosely into the tracks. And they're siding. I'm going to actually physically move them in there and couple them up. Something about fly, I think was the name of that maneuver. I can't remember it. It's coming back to me little by little. Okay, so I'll be pulling this out, yeah. And I don't want to maneuver that locomotive, there we go again, into where the cars are. I want to leave that open so that when I come back down I can put that car onto that consist. And I know there's probably those dedicated people who are saying, boy, she doesn't use her whistle. Well, it's like I'm the only one here, so what the heck makes a difference? There. That should have made somebody happy. Oh, I went and flipped that the wrong way. Somebody probably caught it. And I didn't. Too busy gabbing, I guess. Okay. Climax got good brakes, but I don't know if you get any better brakes if you go past 50% or not. I have no idea. I haven't tried it. Okay, check this coupler. It's blank. Let's see. We need... That one's okay. This one needs flipped. Then we're going to go up top. This one's got a pin in it. It needs a link and a pin. So one of those cars has got a link still in it. That's why you should always check your cars before you couple them. Okay, here we go. Okie dokie. And we're on our way. I know, blow your whistle first, then maneuver the throttle. want to push that regulator too far past 91, it'll start slipping like crazy. Always make sure your brakes off when you're carrying this many cars. And the other thing is, I should have went through and checked all the brakes to make sure I put them on 10% to give them a little resistance to help me out being a single person operating the railroad. I probably ought to just go to 0 on all of them anyhow. Yeah, I've become a master at placing the trains back on the tracks. It's becomes, I don't know, people complain about it all the time, but it works for me. You just have to sit there and wait for the cars to respond a little bit because they're hunting for where they need to go and where your visual is. So once you get that on there, and then the big thing is when you do re-rail them, uh, you don't want to re-rail them on a curve. You want to try and do it on a straightaway or like this little piece right here. Somewhere where they can become realigned again immediately if you move them. So because you notice the wheels will still be cocked once you lay them down, and well, here we go. Oh, I see what's happening. Oh, this you're gonna love, because I never checked the fuel before I left. So, oops. I don't know what the heck that's doing. Okay, so let's see if I can get this to keep pulling on it a little bit. Okay, now need to get back out and put that fuel in there. Okay, we'll wait a bit, see if it comes up. Looks like it's going down because I got the regulator open. Let's see what happens when I shut it. See, it's a 4% grade, and it's see, now that I shut the regulator off, it's not doing that. Sorry about that. We'll just have to both wait and see what happens. And it's a learning process. I know some people are going to say, ah ha ha, and try and get up that hill now. Well, I'll get up it. Just gotta wait for the fire to build back up again. Takes forever. I would try going up right now, but if I do boiler pressure will keep going down, and it'll just take us that much longer to get going again. Oh, to me, it seems like it takes longer for the climax to heat up than it does for like that little porter does. Probably because of the size of the boiler. Yeah, we're getting there. As soon as it hits 110, we should be okay. Water temperature, I mean. Yeah, see, it's starting to go up now. And once we hit 160, we'll be good. Now, you have to kind of monkey around with this until it gets some traction, but you can do it. And you have to have it over 50% to get any real response out of it. See how those trucks went back, lined back up to the track? Yep. You just let it go, and it'll eventually start running faster, faster, and faster, and faster. Okay, so we got 13 cars on there. 6 of them are empty. And the other 7 are loaded. And we're on a 4% grade. So this is like the only 4% grade that I know of that I actually created myself. Now, whether the track has created some, the track tools have created some, I don't know. It might have. It might be a little short section going up to the iron mine, or the coal mine, I mean. This where we're going is up to the iron mine. I hope we're switched up here. Yep, we are. And I think in one of the other videos I showed the route for the iron mine. And I did it kind of following the idea that Aardvark used. It's a lot smoother grade if you just use the trestle all the way up, or use little short trestles, or long trestles but short, using the developer shelves on the way up there. But it works. It seems to work okay. Makes it easier for when you're pushing stuff up. That if you follow the developer's shelf there going up to the iron mine, it goes up and down too much. It's more of a roller coaster ride than anything. Where building it on the bridges like that is works pretty good. Keeps a nice steady 3% grade. And then you get in some spots where the grade is level, just to kind of give the engine a break trying to get the load up the hill. You'll see it here. Now if we look over here, we should see both the bridge, yeah, there's the bridge down there, and also the smelter, which is back here. Bridge is right there. So that's how far we've come up. Now this follows the developer shelf for quite a while here. Then it breaks off up here. And I'm not sure if that's where the drop is, where it levels off. I don't think that's it. I think it's up further. Yeah, so we're still on a 3% grade here. Yeah, it's at the end of this long section here, where it levels off, gives the train a little bit of brake, allowing it to push it a little bit faster. It doesn't actually, I mean, you don't actually see it happen, but just trying to look down the track to see if it went level, but there's too many trees in the way. Yeah, that's it right there. I can see it. There it is. So you can see the hump in it. Watch. See? That's level there. It starts going back uphill a little bit. So it's not the fastest train in the world, or locomotive in the world, or in our world here, but it does the job. Handles quite a few cars. I suppose if you had two Climax on there, you could pull 24 cars up through there. Not so sure I was willing to do that without two people running it. You know, and something else, if you want to go multiplayer, you gotta have voice working. Well, I talked to several people and they said they use the Discord for um, talking in the game. Well, whenever I use Discord, it breaks up too much for me. I mean, I would think I would rather use the Steam voice program. It's a lot nicer. But you just gotta be friended on there on the Steam program to do it. And a lot of guys aren't on Steam. But I feel that you should be able to hear your voice clearer and not have a bunch of breakup in it. And people were trying to tell me it was my microphone. And well, when I go on Steam, I don't have any of that problem. I don't have any breaking up or loss of connection or anything like that. That's just my opinion. I mean, there's other voice programs out there too. This should bring us up to the ore mine there. I think I gotta push these ore cars, the hoppers, off to the right because I need to get these cars out front because it's such a short lead on that. Okay, what do we got going here? That is pointing to the right, or left, I mean. Up, it's not going to stop. You bastard. Let's see if it did or not. Oops. Gets caught in there for some reason. See, gotta jump and keep pushing forward. Okay, so we want the cars to go this way. They'll come through here, and we want them on the spur here because and then we gotta put that one car down that leg. So we're good to go right now. You're better off walking up here on this ridge of stone. Okay. Oh, I think it's called a flying switch is what that's called. But when you uncouple the car and then push it forward and then slam on the brakes, the car keeps rolling. I think that's called a flying switch. I'm sure there's other names for it. Depends on where you're from, I'm sure of it. Okay, so let's keep that clear. Then we're going to take that cordwood car and push it into the this track here. Well, there we go. I didn't think it was moving. Let's see, do I need to do that? No, I don't need to do that one. I need to do this one. Now this one, no, I gotta unload it. I was gonna say I can do a flying switch on it, but I gotta unload it. Yeah, I need to get rid of that tree. This one too, I suppose. Now, as you can see, the cord or the firewood is down, so I need this car here to reload some firewood into it. We're only going to get 6 out of it, but it's enough to resupply. And make a little money while we're at it. Okay, so I'm going to pull that one back a bit and then uncouple it. Yeah, see that tree sticks in the... Let's just go take that out right now. I'm going to take this one out too, what the hell. I'll do the coupler on this. We're at 17, so we're going to have to do some refueling here in a bit. Ain't like we ain't got enough log on there. And we're going back just enough to... Oh, we gotta go back all the way. Oh, no, we don't. We just need to go back here. Let it go too far. Damn it. Because what we're going to do is we're going to push the lumber car straight ahead, and then I'll walk around it and come back out here. Or go around it with passing siding. Yep, passing siding's not straight ahead either. I should have flipped that switch while I was at it too. There we go. Yeah, if you get practice enough at this stuff, you can do a lot of stuff on the fly to help you out. I don't do it all the time, but... Okay, so... That's probably good enough. And I'll go back here and double check this coupler to make sure it's good. I know I could have did that when I came up to couple it, but... Okay. Doesn't take much to move that thing when it's not got cars on it. There's just enough room to get a Heisler and maybe a short engine with a short tender Heisler. I might Climax. Oops. You know, turnouts like that should be just a click. You click it, it goes the opposite direction. You click it, it goes the opposite direction. Shouldn't have to click it and then slide sideways left or right. Just should be able to just go up to it and click it. And it goes, I don't know, maybe they want us to use our talents. Some of the stuff they do, I don't get it. But that's my opinion. It's not theirs. They're the ones making the game. All I can do is suggest. Okay, so now I want to go back into that. See, like I should be able to click it and it go the opposite direction. And that looks good. That looks good. And I checked the coupler, so let's check this one. No link again. Link and pin. That's why you always check them. Okay. See, now if that didn't have that swishing sound to it, like it's connecting up, then you definitely got a problem. Our brake didn't go on. I wish they'd put some buttons in there just that make positive operation instead of, you know, the mouse click. Put a keyboard button that fixes it or allows it to be a positive thing. Okay, just like that right there. Let's see if I could just click it or punch a button. That would be much easier than having to slide this thing. Yeah, the most fantastic thing they ever did was get these splines made. The other thing, in my opinion, is they spent too many hours on building locomotives when they should have been working out the track system and getting, you know, tracks to made up properly so that there isn't a lot of goofball stuff going on. Because you try to connect the shallow angle crossover instead of a 90 degree or even a 90 degrees. They're not set up to match the track. You know, they're not. If you got two straight tracks running alongside one another that look normal, the 90-degree crossover is clean out here where the other track is right here. It's out here. And then same thing with the quarter, or whatever it's called. What the hell is it called? I don't even know. Because I haven't used it. I just tried it a few times. 45 degree. The other one's a 90. The 45 degree has, these legs are too long. So, you know, they need to look at that. Instead of building locomotives, hell with the locomotives. We got enough locomotives. Oh, I didn't check my... Okay. Why didn't you tell me, jeez? Okay, now I gotta keep my eyeballs open here. And I found the way to load the ore cars, or hopper cars, a lot faster. There's a neat little thing to do with the chute. I should be able to unload that car. Yep. And I believe I can unload both of these. See where this one lines up at. Yeah, I think it'll unload. Yep. Okay, we got 0 there, and 50's max, 21 there. So it's grabbing these things as I'm putting them in there, unloading them, and using them and cranking that number up. Okay, I should be able to get all 3 of those. Okay, hang on a second, I'm getting craziness from my fingers doing the walking, if you want to say that. Oh, God. Okay, here we go. It's throwing them all over the place, but it's actually counting them, so this one will just bounce. Okay, so this one should just unload terrifically. Okay, so we got 22 there. And they're taking them away as we're talking. 6 there, so. Okay, now I gotta put this back up there. And we're gonna run around the ore cars. In fact, I'm going to run around these and pick these up, and I'll just use them as I load up the hoppers with iron. There's no real easy way to do this, so at least I don't have to break the trains up to do it. I gotta do that because if I try to run around these cars on the way back from picking up the ore, it would be too long to pick those up. So if I do it my way, it works better. And it's not that heavy on the train or the locomotive. Okay, let's make sure this one's okay. Because somebody's got a spare link. I don't know which one it is. Probably that one on the other end. Oops. Duh. See how much coal we got, or wood we got. We're going to have to get some wood in there. Okay, my little radio keyboard is, number pad is giving me crap. Okay. So, I think I uncoupled that. Yep. Okay. That itch there. Okay, so let's go forward. That looks good, that looks good. We'll couple up here. Yep, I'm gonna have to get another couple cars up here to get this to, there's 8 in there, so. I'll just bring one up at a time. This can be kind of fun, load these cars, but it can also be kind of tricky. There's a couple ways of doing it. Okay, we'll go down and flip this switch. Excuse me. And flip this one. The biggest thing is if you got 6 cars on the train, it's hard to, even with a, large monitor, it's hard to see how far back this is lined up against that. So, we'll end up probably having to adjust, but that's normal. I know this is a fairly long video, but I thought I'd show you what I had done and how I operate. Okay, we'll slow that down right there. May need to go a little further. Okay, I think we got it. Just check our alignment. It's a little bit off, but we'll use the other chute. Climb up here. Now the normal way of doing it is I count the balls, so the normal way of doing it is you pull the chute down and then let it run 10 balls out. 1, 2, but let's go to 3. Okay, so the way to do it is like this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10. Now you can tell by the 10th one how full it is that it is the 10th one. Okay, so then we go back up here, push it up further. And if you get it at the right spot, you can get it to really go faster. So take the brake off. Let's move it up just a bit more. Let's do it. Oops. If you grab it right about in the middle, that's the best spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Move it up again. Because it takes quite a while doing just pulling the chute down and letting it go on its own. Okay, we should be good there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if you overshoot on the count, it just won't load it. It'll take one off the tower, but it won't load it into the car. Car will accept 10 and that's it. So anything that you overdo for the car is actually wasted off the tower. So you want to watch what you're doing. 3, 4, whoops, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oops. Almost did it. And check my fuel. Looks like good. Almost done here. Oh, I forgot to put my cars on. That's alright. I'll just pull these up, uncouple and catch those. And there's something I forgot. Kept thinking, man, there's more to this than what's going on here. Guess I wanted to explain that chute to you. Yeah, we're getting a little heavy here, so I gotta give it a little bit more juice. Sound like I'm operating a model railroad. Add some juice. Okay. And that's it. We're loaded. And I'll pull these cars up towards the junction there. Then I'll uncouple and go around the other cars and pick them up, and we'll do it that way. Yeah, that's good enough. There's our link. That one's got the right link there. And then when I back it in here, we're going to pick it up here, so that looks good. Oops. You know what? I just thought of something. I gotta put that one car on there. Let's see, I gotta go out here and change this. I'll pick this one up, put it on that consist there, and then I'll go around it and pick the whole thing up. Okay, do I have right stuff here? Yep. Okay. Oh, that's another thing. I think the only cars that you can, these cars here, the cordwood cars can be walked through even loaded, but I think um, well, maybe it is the cordwood cars. One of them, they can't walk on them for some reason when they're loaded. Oh, I flipped that switch. It's going that way. That one's going the wrong way. I had to flip the other switch. I forgot about that. So I can go in here. Yeah, now we're good. Oh, no, that's still not right. Yeah, it is. I want to put that on the front of that. Duh. Yeah, it gets kind of confusing for me. I'm sure it does for other people. Now, see, you don't have to be this fussy about things when you have brakemen with you. Um, I mean, you can bang the cars around a little bit more and stuff, but when you're single, just doing it by yourself, you have to be a little bit more careful so that it doesn't cost you extra strokes or whatever you want to call it, extra operations. Ah, come on. What are you doing? Okay, that is the wrong turnout. Where is it? Oh, wait a minute. Yes, it is. That's the right one. See what I mean? It's confusing. This is the one I want to turn. I knew one of those had to be turned. Well, actually, both of them. Yep. Now we're good. Never claimed to be Miss Perfect. Looks good there. So we'll couple up to these, then we'll couple up to the hoppers, and downhill we'll go. It's a bit of a process, but it works. Not one for those loop-de-loop railroads either. Yep. Thought I didn't see a link there. Okay. Going back down, we gotta ride the brake damn near all the way, but not all the way, but most of the way. Okay, we're ready to go. And you don't need as much effort to get downhill as it does coming up, so. Somebody told me to take a route through this area over here, but if you look at it, there's quite a distance there to get across, for one thing. And you'd have to wrap it around that mountain and get over here somewhere to cross. And the bridges are limited on how deep the gorge or whatever you're in that you're trying to span is. So you have to watch what you're doing. And then eventually, I think if you get up on this plateau and you go over here, it drops down too far for you to, have a decent grade and so on and so forth. Okay, so this part isn't too bad. It's the other part that gets really fast. I think this may be 3% up here, and then down over here is like 3.5. We're running pretty smooth unless the game puts in some sort of hiccup. I should have saved it before I left. Okay, this will be the flat area. And then once we get past this curve, you'll see it drop down. And we'll have to use some of the brake to compensate. See how it goes downhill? So see, there's your difference between here and there, and then going all the way up here. You still got a little bit of a drop going across here. Even if you went around the side of the cliff. And then there's where you're coming in at, in the gorge there. There's the bridge and the smelter. That's the bridge that crosses the river. I can actually let this off, I think, now. Because I think this is going down into solid ground again. Now going down through here to that bridge is it's 4%, I know it is. Now the run to the coal mine is a lot longer. It's probably twice the length of what it takes to go up to the iron mine. Maybe a little bit more than that. 2.25 times, maybe. There's the track going to the coal mine right there. I'll get it set up and we'll do a run to the coal mine next time. So now we shut this off and then we gotta use our brakes. because this gets really steep here and there's a tight turn after the bridge. So you don't want to get it too fast when you're doing that. Although, after you get past the bridge and you're into that turn, it starts to go uphill a little bit, so it kind of slows everything down too. See how fast it's getting going? Cars want to wobble as we go around the turns. Now this is where I want to put the brakes on again. And I'll take them off. Yep, we're doing okay. And this is downhill here. This is more like 3%. Might be 3.5, come to think about it. So run these downhill. We need the other cars, these ones here, to go back to, I don't know how I'm going to do that one. I'm going to have to use the porter to help me with this. And we're getting closer. It'll start getting wider so you can see it. Yeah, I either use the Climax or the Porter. I think I'll just use, I'll see. Let's see, I'm gonna stop this. Take that car off the end and put it in with its neighbors. Oh boy, these aren't hooked up either. Yep, that's what I want. And let's see how these are. They're probably both out. That one's 0. I'll just use the Porter. Yeah, it's out too. In fact, I think it's all the way out. Oh, it's got 120. Fire's out. Let's see what this one does. It's got the fire out. Almost. Doesn't matter. I'll do the Porter. Because it's kind of fun to run around in. I don't know if I'll get past that, but we'll see. Oh, didn't take it. Ain't that something? It's because I did it from outside. See, now it's loaded. Okay, let's see if I can go backwards a little bit. Oh, there's another thing. If you leave a locomotive uncoupled, it will come back. Next time you come into the session, it'll be the couplers. If you have the link and the pin in it, they'll be gone and when you come back into your session. Okay, so we need to get that car. So we need to do this. Boy, is that thing fussy on where you pick up the interior HUD. Okay. And this one's got a pin or a link in it. There's our other missing link. And then this car is gonna, I'll have to get it out of there first. Yeah, it's got a pin and a link in it, so we're good. Okay, off we go. I'll just pull it in there, couple it, and park it. And let my other train go in, do its thing. See, you can walk these cars in there. Okay, we'll just unhook this. I think we're all clear. Yeah. One of the cars, and I don't know if the log cars or these cars when they're loaded with a specific load, you can't walk on them. I thought it was maybe the cordwood cars, but might be wrong about that. Okay, so we want to keep these connected because we want to take them back to the sawmill. But we also got to break up this train, and then once we got broken up and delivered, then we got to take these hoppers and store those, and then we're going to put the cordwood cars on the front of this. Okay. And the docks here allow 3 cars at a time, so that's nice. I knew this was going to be a long video, but I didn't think it was going to be quite this long. Now we're going to get some problems with the steam because we're not up to top. Okay. Oops, sorry. You can watch the pile get bigger too as you're unloading. See it puffing up? You actually see the texture moving. Okay, so okay, so we're gonna have to push these into this turnout. So let's flip the switch now. Because we can't go on the main line because, oh, I guess we could. I wanted to make sure I had the right cars there. Sorry about the jittery picture when I'm moving, but sometimes my mouse goes crazy, wants to slide off my mouse pad and so on and so forth. I got all three of my locomotives in one spot. That's not good. I have to move them around. Because with the new teleport system, it makes it easier to have an engine somewhere, or a locomotive somewhere, and be able to just teleport to it. Okay. So these go in storage. I gotta connect them up to the other ones first. Then I'll need to place these cars into here so that I can get these out. Maybe not. Maybe not. I'll just leave them on the main line. There's nobody coming through here anyhow. Oh, I know something else I gotta do too is a couple of those cars that got separated. That one's what, three. Must be this one. Yep. Okay, so I'll leave those go. Get into Porter. Porter's uncoupled already. Ah. Boy, if you ain't in that cab, you ain't getting it done. Oh, jeez. What am I thinking? Oh, man. I'll be back in a minute, folks. Jeez. That should be good enough. So the hoppers can just sit there until next trip. Let's see. This is what I'm talking about. I got a link and a pin there. None here, but I got a link and a pin here. So next session when I come back, this will be gone. You have to put a new one in. Okay, so I don't want that engine. I want this. It's empty. It's got a pin and a link in it, so we're good. Just checking my switches and make sure I'm okay. Okay. One, two, three. Just making sure. I hate that when you pull away and the cars are disconnected or uncoupled. Okay, so this one's ready to go. Oh, wrong ones. Horse shit. Like I said, I hate when that happens. So I need to flip this one and the one right in front of it as it's going up the route. Ah, that's amazing. Well, it looked like a pin was falling out, or the link was falling out. Okay, so now I got it right. Just call me insane grandma. I don't care. It works. Just a couple more switching operations is all. Okay, I'll get out and do it. So this one's ready to go. These go to the sawmill, these go to the logging camp. Hop in there and put some more wood in there. Oh yeah. hitting the wrong key here. Yeah, the Climax is a little slow, but it's a lot more powerful. You can carry a lot more cars, I think. up, up steep grades is the key phrase. I know the other ones can pull 12 cars too, but they don't do it well on 4%, I'll tell you that. And like I said, it may be slow, but I'm in no hurry. You know, if you gotta save somewhere, you stop the train, exit out of the, into the menu and save it, and then exit out the session and just split it up in separate sections on what you're doing. I've done that many a time. I built a lot of this in the winter, so I hope it doesn't look weird when it goes back to spring. So, anyhow, I'll take these back and I'll get them loaded up, and eventually I'll get them back where they belong to drop the resources off. But I think the next time I'll load these up so that we can drop them off at the coal mine. And I'll buy a few more of these so we can have a full train of lumber cars. Because the lumber cars actually hold the rail and raw iron. These cars here, they only hold cordwood and drums, oil drums. So I'll get 6 more of these. I gotta find out how much they are. Let's see, are we okay up here? Yeah. So I'm gonna stop it here. And I'm gonna get out for a minute. I'm gonna see how much. Okay, so the cars we need are these. They're 250 if I want 6 of them. That's 100 and no, that's 1,500. So we got 3,500. So I'm good. I could probably put them in there right now if I wanted to. Oh, I gotta check the numbers and stuff. Because I don't know what I numbered these. 600. So 605 would have been the last one, and that's what's over here. So yeah, I can do it. You just go in here, pull your car up, check your tier. That's for when you're, and then we want 606 and WRR. Oops. RR, and then we purchase it, and then we do that again. We'll do this 6 times. 607, WR, order it. Now I'm only going to get, I think, 5 cars in the first initial. That's why I got to get that porter back up here. And then I'll do the other ones. I was just kind of showing you what you had to do. 608. Oops. If I could type. Okay. 609, and it'll tell me if I can't put any more there, or if I'm out of money. Now I think, back here, I think we're out of room. No, we put one more car here. So let's, just so we don't make a mistake. Make sure this is 609. Okay, that's 609, 606, 607, 608, 609, so this will be 610. And we'll make that 610. Yeah, now if I try to make another one, it won't let me make one because that's the holding capacity of the initial yard. Why did it make it so this spot right here would take one? I don't know. It's kind of stupid if you ask me, but then that's my opinion. Okay, so we were at Sawmill area. I need to go get my train. And what I'll do is I'm going to end the video up here when I get up here to the train. And I'll just do everything I have to do to make the run to the coal mine. And then we'll start from there next time. Coal mine's quite a ridiculously long run. I have no fueling places along the way. With the Climax, I don't think you need any. Okay, so we'll let it go at this, and I hope you learned something out of what I did, and I hope you like what I did. And I'm glad you showed up to see the video, and I hope to see you next time. So take care. Toodles.